The honourable member for Halifax Needham.
Mr. Speaker, it's a pleasure to rise in the House and welcome the news that the Minister of Immigration has shared, just as indeed I welcome the 5,550 people who immigrated to Nova Scotia last year. We do need new immigrants to Nova Scotia to add to our tax base, to add to our volunteer base, to add to our communities and schools and creative economy. The increase in numbers last year was largely a result of external factors, especially the refugee crisis and the federal government's response to citizens' interest in responding to that crisis. What we have greater influence on here in Nova Scotia and as the provincial government is how many of those 5,550 people will stay and make Nova Scotia their long-term home. Will we make the changes we must make as a province to ensure that not only immigrants, but all Nova Scotians can flourish here? The public school system, for example, needs additional resources. We need a real English as an additional language program so that students are supported as they enter our system. And then we need smaller classes all the way from primary to grade 12 so that teachers are able to respond to diverse needs in their classrooms. We need adequate income assistance rates. Some government-assisted and privately sponsored refugees, now permanent residents, will be relying on income assistance while they continue to learn English and create their homes here. Like all individuals and families in Nova Scotia, they need to live. And our assistance rates don't currently allow that with any dignity. We need to support and build the new capacity in Nova Scotia in terms of private sponsorship of refugees. ISANS, the Immigrant Settlement Association of Nova Scotia, briefly had additional support from the Office of Immigration to support all the private sponsorship of refugee groups that just sprung up across the province. But we should be looking at that as a long-term resource, a long-term plan, particularly family-linked sponsorship, because that's a way of attracting more Nova Scotians to our province and encouraging newcomers to stay. And finally, in this era of precarious employment, we need a channel for skilled entrepreneurs to become permanent residents, even if they don't have a link to one employer who's ready to make a multi-year commitment to them. We have lost and we will lose too many people with a desire to live in this province, to build our economy, and those are people we desperately need. Thank you very much.